Are you looking to get live TV on your device? You're in luck. I have 3 different devices that I'm going to show you today that you can get live TV on. We have the Roku, we have the Fire TV, and we have the ON 4K Pro, which is powered by Google TV. So let's go and dive into it. So right down here, you'll notice that I have Fire Stick, the ON device, and I have Roku plugged into this one TV. I'm using 3 different HDMI ports. Let's go ahead and see which one's the best. So we're going to start with the Roku TV. They make it very easy to not get confused with this device because all your menu options are on the left and all your tile options are on the right. And then if you want to go down here to live TV, you just simply click here, or you can come over to the tile and click on live TV guide. And then this is very straightforward. It's very basic. It's easy to understand for a lot of different individuals. That would explain why Roku is probably the #1 streaming device in the US, at least at this moment in time in 2025. So this is the way the live TV experience looks. You have these tiles up at the top. What I don't like about this tile section is that they only show you 5, I believe it's like 5 different tiles. I didn't count them, but as you can see, if I cycle through here, it does start to cycle back and rinse and repeat. So I don't like that aspect. I wish they showed all the channels up here because it will give it a nice little look with the different thumbnails for each different station. The only other thing that we can do is come down and we are able to click on various different channels. Once we see something that we like, we just click on it. The other thing that I do like about this is if you click the up arrow, it does allow you to cycle through the different channels. So a lot of these channels, when you hover over them, it'll pop up this message here. Press the star button to begin from the beginning. So if you hit the star button, if you don't want to watch it from where it's playing, it will give you a countdown and it'll say start now. And it's going to restart that episode or movie that you were trying to watch. So that's definitely a plus when it comes to watching live TV. That's through the TV guide. And if you didn't want to miss anything, you can easily start it using that button. Also, if you cycle through this list and you do find something that you want to watch, given that this list does have about 500 plus live TV channels, you want to come in here and at least favorite those favorite channels. That way you don't have to cycle through the entire list every single time. So what you would want to do, you just pick a channel. Once you pick that channel, you hit the star button one more time. And then through this list here, you want to come down, you have volume mode. You can keep the volume consistent. So if you are having a hard time of hearing the words, you want to turn that on. Also in here, manage channels. If you click to the right hand side, it'll say here favorite channels. Click over to the right and then you can start to select various different channels that you want to favorite. And once you're done with that, you just click the back button again. So if I click the back button, it takes me back to the TV guide, but over here where I was able to favorite those channels, you come over here to the left-hand side, you come down here and hit favorites. And then this is where those channels that you selected are gonna show, which will come in handy because you don't have to cycle through the entire playlist anymore. So those are some pros and cons. Most of these channels are only gonna be available in the US, unfortunately. But overall, I do like Roku's live TV section as far as when it comes to simplicity. As far as how many channels they offer and the overall layout of the live TV section, I don't like the layout of the live TV section because the Fire TV and the ON 4K on Google TV have a much better layout experience. So let's go and jump over to the next device and I'll go ahead and show you the 4K ON Pro, which is powered by Google TV. So we're going to hit the 4K ON Pro down here, the ON streaming device. So this is the Google TV experience. Google TV comes on a variety of multiple different devices. You got Android boxes, you got Walmart's ON 4K Pro, which is what I'm using. You have the regular Google TV device. There's so many different devices that you can find Google TV on. The experience should be the same on each one of those devices as long as you're on the Google TV Android 11 experience. So it should be the same. So we're gonna come over to the live. So same thing with the Google TV experience. If you come down here and you have these tiles are rounded instead of squared. If you cycle to the right here, they give you much more tiles than what you see on the Roku experience. The only thing is they still only give you a limited option of how many channels you can see these tiles for, and they don't have a carousel effect where it cycles back around. So if I continue to hit my right button, it has stopped right here. So if I cycle back to the left, I have to go all the way back to the left just to go back to that first channel that we saw. The next thing here, if we go down, you'll see a channel count list. So a lot of times you won't get a channel count list on various different providers. I know Fire TV and Roku don't give you the channel count, but the Google TV experience does. So that's definitely a plus to know how many channels you're working with. So Google TV free play, you have 238 channels, and then if you cycle down, they give you different genres. You got Halloween, you got popular, featured, you got movies, news and opinion, you got your local news, crime, and a bunch of different other sections like sports, game shows, comedy. And if I cycle down, you'll see exactly how many channels there are. A lot of people look for local news. They have the local news in here just about for every city, so that's definitely a plus. If you click on it, let's say we want to click on Chicago news, sometimes a lot of these channels are being delivered by these free ad-supported streaming platforms, which are Zumo Play, Pluto, Tubi, you name it. So as you can see, this is the Chicago news playing. These are free ad-supported live TV channels. If you wanted to cycle up, you can cycle up to different channels. It says today in LA. It takes a moment to load, but it is cycling to the next channel. If I continue through the list here, you can see it cycling through each one of those channels while I'm waiting for it to load. So that's definitely a plus. If I click my back button here, if I click my back button, it takes us all the way back to the main TV guide. But you do have, on the Google TV experience, you have over 1,700 plus live TV channels. So that's definitely a huge bonus compared to the 500 channels that you get on the Roku experience. And I believe they're upping that to 800 channels for Roku, but it's still limited in comparison to the Google TV experience. And also, if you wanted to favorite these channels, you just cycle through these lists. Once you find a channel you like, you go to the left. There's this little star here. You click on the star with the center button, and then it highlights that item, and then it sends it directly to the top of the list to your favorites. And that's where you'll find those channels. And it'll show at the very top of the TV guide. That way you don't have to hunt through 1,700 live TV channels. Also with this, the same thing with Roku, Fire TV, and the Google TV experience. You can add multiple different premium subscription services like YouTube TV, DirecTV, Philo, all the premium services. You can add those and they'll show in here around this section. But as you know, I've only added the free live TV streaming services because a lot of subscription services are upping their price. So it's a good time to have a lot of free live supported TV channels to fall back on. And that's where you'll see here free built-in channels through Google TV Free Play, and then free channels from apps. But overall, I would say my favorite TV experience when it comes to response time and how much channels you get and how easy it is to use and how quick it is, I would say the 4K Pro is definitely one of my favorite experiences. But there are some drawbacks. Once again, it's sometimes you get lagging on certain channels, but that's going to be based on your internet speed. So you would have to make sure that you have a very strong connection to run a lot of these live TV channels. So I wanted to go back to the Halloween section on the live TV guide. So this is something that pops up for various different holidays, whether it be Christmas or Valentine's Day or various different times of the year. You'll get new icons that pop up with a new category, and it'll cycle and put all of your favorite holiday specific movies and TV shows in one area for you to watch. So definitely check out that Halloween section since Halloween is coming up. So let's go ahead and cycle to the last device, which is the Fire TV device. So I'm here on the last device, which is Fire TV. Fire TV is my primary daily user device that I use almost every day. So we have the live TV screen here. That's the live section on the Amazon Fire TV. In here, we have a TV guide. And then not only do we have a TV guide, just like Google TV and Roku had multiple different tiles, Fire TV does that same thing, but they do it with almost every channel. So if you hover over free live channels here and you cycle through here, you'll get a lot more different channels, and most of the time you'll see all of your channels here. So you have featured live TV apps, but if you continue to scroll down, they'll break it down for you into different categories with different tiles. So you have live sports, you have breaking news. Once again, if you cycle to the right here, you see a much bigger selection of TV channels to select from. You got DirecTV. If you're not aware, DirecTV does have a free ad-supported TV service. That's what most of these channels are. So if you go to DirecTV free, you can sign up for that and it'll show right here. If I scroll to the right hand side, you'll see all those channels. Prime Video, same thing. If we cycle to the right, you'll see all the Prime Video channels. And if I continue to scroll down, you have different categories. You have court TV, you have food and home, you have reality TV, you have game shows, comedy, true crime, true drama, and the list goes on. And you can add so many more channels in here. If you wanted to see how many channels were in here, you want to head to settings. If you go into settings and you come down here to add and manage channels, you can add up to 1,800 plus live TV channels here in this one TV experience. So in here, you got 103 from DirecTV, 571 from Prime Video, 87 from Tubi, and 16 from News by Fire TV. And you have all these apps with the plus sign that you can add in here for additional channels. I'm gonna cycle back up to the top of the screen. Same thing with Roku and the Google TV experience. You have a TV guide. If I click in this TV guide, you'll see a list of channels. You have some categories at the very top. It looks very similar to Google TV and Roku. So if I cycle to the right, let's see how many channels we get at the top. Same thing here, you get a limited amount of tiles to choose from in the TV guide, but you also have a long list of options in here, and it cycles very quickly on the Fire TV, so you can cycle through all of those thousands of channels very quickly. As soon as we find an option that we like, we can click on it. They give you this nice TV guide experience, and the same thing with Roku, the same thing with Google TV. You can cycle up and you can cycle through each additional channel. And as you can see, it loads a little bit more quicker than the Roku and the Google TV experience. So that's definitely a plus when it comes to the Fire TV. It's snappy, it loads very quickly, even with a minimal amount of internet speed connection. If you click the three lines on your remote, you'll get these additional settings here. You can add and manage channels. You can add items to your favorites. So if you want to set up favorites, this is where you would do it. You would highlight over the service that you have and then come in here and then select the channel. Once you select that channel, you'll just click on favorites and it'll heart that for you. You can go back up here and do the same thing for different TV services. Select the ones that you want to highlight, come over to this favorite section, click on favorites, it'll add the hearts for you. If you click the back button, back again, back again. If I click the back button just so I can reset things, I'm gonna click on my TV guide one more time. Once I load that TV guide up this time, you'll see all the favorites that we highlighted in there. So those are already there. Also, if I hover over this and click the three lines on the remote, you can add this to the favorites as well. If you just click on it, it'll add that to your favorites and put that heart right there. So you can do it one or two ways. So it's very convenient and user friendly. As far as setting all of this up, I will have to show you that in a different video because it's very in-depth for the Roku, Google TV, and the Fire TV. It's a little bit of a process to set these up, but in short, all you have to do to get this set up is you download each individual app. So that's Prime Video, Tubi, Pluto TV. You want to download all of the free ad-supported live TV streaming services. In short, this is the picture. So all of these apps that you see here in this picture, you can download each one of those apps. And then once you do, it'll fully integrate into the TV guide. And it'll integrate into the entire system. That way you can watch everything from each one of those channels in a nice, short TV guide experience. But those are your live TV options for free ad-supported streaming services. They make it very simple and easy these days. That's why cable TV is going under, because they have to compete with all of these free live TV streaming services, which a lot of people are falling back on considering the increase of subscription prices that are happening year over year over year. So you let me know what live TV experience you choose first: Roku, Google TV, Fire TV, any other devices that you have that you've tried out. Let us know down in the comment section below. My choice is definitely going to be the ON 4K. I like that experience, but I'm always going to use my daily user, the Fire TV, first over the 4K and over the Roku. So definitely let me know your choice. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.